morning. It's Monday again and I'm at the gym for Body Pump and I'm a little bit afraid because we're about to do the new release, I think, and I've heard that it's really tough. But the only way I'm going to find out is by getting my butt in the gym, so that is where I'm going and I will see you in an hour. So I survived Body Pump. We actually didn't do all of the new release, we just did sort of half the tracks, and we didn't do the lunge track, which people have said is the really difficult one, so I'll still hold judgment on that. I used to have a love-hate relationship with the 7-pulse squats on the old release, so kind of not sorry to see the back of those, but I think the chest track was harder. What else? It's mostly just the music, I think. I just find it really uninspiring. The old release was a bit the same. It's just got really mundane. But yeah, still, it's just going to take me a couple of weeks to get my weights used to the new tracks and where I need to be. Other than that, it was good, really. So yeah, I survived. Yay, shopping's arrived, which means we finally have a full cupboard and a full fridge, which means I can finally go back to making yummy salads for lunch today. Salads are definitely back on. If I had to live off one food for the rest of my life, I think this probably would be it. A little bit obsessed with this salad right now. I'm still trying to make an effort with Meatless Mondays, so tonight's dinner is a fajita pasta bowl with some garlic bread, which I probably didn't need, but it's delicious. You've guessed it, today was hill repeats. So I did a 2-mile warm-up and then 8 lots of 200 metres up and down the hill and then 2-mile cool down, so about 6.5 miles in total. And it actually went surprisingly well, apart from when I filmed that clip of the hill, which was on Sunday because I knew the session was coming up, it was really sunny. And today I did it in the wind and the rain, which was actually quite refreshing, so I'm not complaining too much about that. But yeah, I did a similar session about 4 weeks ago, and I only did 5 repeats then, so not only have I added 3 to make it 8, but they were all about 10 seconds, 12 seconds quicker than they were 4 weeks ago, so that shows progress. So yeah, I'm actually surprisingly pleased with how it went, and also very pleased that having done that today, I don't have to do that session again for another month. It's lunchtime now, and this is something I've never made before. It's a sweet potato quesadilla. Let me show you. And I've added some chicken, lots of vegetables, some spinach, and a few other bits, and yeah, hopefully it's going to be tasty. So for dinner tonight, we've got lamb and sweet potato curry, which I'm hoping tastes good because I accidentally lost a spoon to the cause when I melted it to the pan. Whoops, ever the domestic goddess. Well, that's this morning's gym session finished. Unfortunately, I was just too busy to film in there today, but I just did a circuit kind of thing where I did lots of different exercises and did 5 rounds. And the exercises I did, I got a 60 centimetre block and did 5 single leg step ups straight away into 5 single leg jumps on each leg. Then I did a Bosu ball, 10 press up burpees. Then with kettlebell, I did 10 deadlifts and 10 swing throughs. And then I did, what did I do? Dumbbells, 10 side bends, or 20 side bends actually, 10 on each side, and then 10 swing, can't speak, that's how tired I am, 10 swing throughs, hamstring swing throughs into windmills, 10 on each side, and finally 20 single leg hill raises on each side. And I'm having to hold my camera with 2 hands because my whole body feels like it is shaking so much. So I'm going to go home and find some food because I feel like I really need it. Couldn't stray away from salads for too long this week. This one is halloumi, chicken, and lots of vegetables. Had a slight snacksident this afternoon with these strawberries and frozen yoghurt. But to be fair, Andy Murray is 4-1 down in the 4th set, and somehow I think this might get him as good vibes. So this is mile 4 of my easy 5-mile run this morning, and the sun's back out. Lunch courtesy of Marks and Sparks today. Some prawns, black rice, and I don't really know what else, but it looks quite pretty. Had the best dinner tonight. We met some friends in town and went to Prezzo, and I had a Hawaiian pizza with a cheeky glass of wine, and it's been ages since I had a glass of wine, so kind of feel a little bit tipsy. Yay, made it to Friday. It's weird because I always get to this point in the week and feel like I haven't really trained much, but I think it's just because on a Thursday I have quite an easy day, and then Friday I don't train till spinning in the evening, so it feels like I have quite a lot of time off. Yeah, so I'm raring to go for spinning later, and I'm just out walking Blitz, only I don't really know why I'm wearing a jumper because it's really freaking hot. Something slightly different for lunch today. I've got some gnocchi, which is kind of like a potato that's crossed with pasta, I guess, and I've got it with some peppers in a tomato sauce. Yeah, just fancy something a bit different. So I'm at the gym slightly early for Friday night spin, so I'm going to do half an hour of core first and then go and find my favourite spinning bike before anyone else can nick it. It's Fish Friday! So yesterday I bought myself a little cheeky present and got some new trainers. I didn't really choose the colour, although I don't mind them. They're just basically an exact replica of what I had before, but newer because my others have done more than 500 miles, and I was starting to get just a little bit of ankle pain, so I thought probably time to change them, so I'm going to christen these bad boys this morning. New trainers were great, no ankle pain at all, so that's really good. I only did 3 miles just to break them in, and I probably won't wear them for my 14 miler tomorrow. I'll probably go back to my old ones because, like I said, I just want to break them in gradually. Yeah, so all's good, and I'm going to do half an hour stretching before I go and jump in the shower. So it's that point in the week again when we run completely out of food. So we've just popped into Bournemouth and we're going to grab some lunch from Pret. I feel like whenever we come to Pret, I just have the same thing, but it's kind of my favourite. With a coffee and an oatmeal cookie. Chicken tikka masala for tea tonight, courtesy of Mr. Charlie Bingham. Almost probably just his factory. Is he even a real person? Don't know, but chicken tikka masala is what is for dinner tonight. Quick bit of dessert going on here. I've got some pancakes, frozen yoghurt, mango, and a drizzle of honey on top. Happy Sunday. Sunday is obviously long run day, and this morning I did 14 miles, and it wasn't easy because 14 miles is never easy, but it was surprisingly enjoyable. I think partly because it's just not quite as hot. Again, I took some orange juice with me, which I'm finding really makes a difference on these longer runs. It wasn't quick, it was about 9 minutes, 30 minutes per mile, yeah. So it wasn't particularly quick, but it was just steady and actually quite enjoyable. So I'm, yeah, really happy. That is another week of training done, and tomorrow starts again as Monday, so let's see what that brings. So this is my post-run recovery lunch. I've got the leftover gnocchi, so good for carbohydrates, some chicken for protein, and lots of vegetables. Pretty much I've just heated it up from the other day and added some mushrooms because who doesn't like a mushroom? So we're just about to go for dinner at the Chewton Glen. Well, not really the Chewton Glen, the James Martin restaurant, which I think is called The Kitchen, and we've never been there before, so that's exciting. Back from dinner, and I am so full. Had such a lovely meal. I had a pineapple and pork pizza, which was incredible, and then the best donuts, which were literally just been fried, so they were hot with some cinnamon ice cream, which was, yeah, like amazing. And I'm so full, so I think that's it for this week. I'm going to go and change into my pyjamas and see you on Monday for a whole nother week. Bye!